These films hold a very special place in my heart, and yet again we have another. Jeez, are you? Oh my God! I didn't even realize you were. Are you okay? Greetings, movie fans. You're all very welcome to the Big Reviewski with my Omnipass and Omniplex Cinemas. My name is Owen Doherty, and yeah, blah blah blah. We've got the usual boring people on the show like Justine Stafford and Rory Cashin.
Wow.
But in really exciting news, we've got a brand new star edition. Will you please give a very rousing Reviewski welcome to Mr. Conan Doherty?
Yeah.
Woo!
Come on, guys.
Well, I'm torn.
Why are they not?
I'm very happy to have you here, but
Yeah.
I'm extremely unhappy with our introduction.
Do you know he, ran this show last week and saved us from a spider?
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna.
Yeah.
That wouldn't happen on my watch. No spiders.
No, because you get up
when
and
I'm
go out.
here.
Yeah.
Well, in the interest of honesty, Conan provided this week's introduction. He wrote it down for me. He gave me the card.
That was nice, yeah.
Do you just look out for other Dohertys? Is that just your thing?
That's
I just thought it was fairly represented who's coming onto the show.
very fair
already
representation.
People might be excited. So
It's the first time for anything.
Yeah. As a side note, Conan's surname is Doherty as well, but we're not related as far as we know.
Says you.
Yeah, we're two of Derry's finest sons.
although we say that at a Christmas party a couple of years ago.
What?
Oh, they were making a big deal of the best accent award, right? So there was a top three, and it's like Justine might have been there, something crazy like that, and then somebody else from Wicklow or something. I was like, all right, we're out of the running here. And then Owen Doherty's number one. And I was like, why wasn't I top three if he was number one?
Again, I was responsible for the voting system that year. Sure.
No, you're wrong. I was in biggest culty accent.
Oh, yeah.
She explained
It's
that.
a very
Yeah,
specific
very different.
category.
Yeah.
I'm only here because last week Justine was talking about Christmas, so I wanted to sort of get
in on
involved
that.
in that sort of
Yeah.
chat.
Okay.
My
Because
man.
Paul's not here. I think Rory might be outnumbered now. We might be able to.
Oh, you actually actively
Yeah.
want to have Christmas
Yeah.
conversations. Are any of our movies this week Christmas related?
Are there any Christmas related? No.
Oh.
Sorry. So it was.
Came in a bad week.
Yeah, it was lovely having you here. Thanks for joining us. Conan Doherty, everybody. Thank you.
Now I'm
Thank you.
bad. Thanks very much.
Yeah, if you would like to get in touch, if you're related to Conan, or
If you are a Doherty from
if you're a
Derry.
Doherty,
Yeah.
or if you like Justine's knobber accent, then please get in touch to tell us how much you
Be
love
a
it.
first. So,
You can tweet us at Big Reviewski. You can get in touch on Instagram as well, of course, at Joe. So last week's show, loved it, really enjoyed it.
Best
by the
one
way.
yet.
yeah.
Wouldn't go that far. Myself and Conor weren't on it. It was
My stand correct.
a Doherty free zone, which is not the type of zone you want to be in.
Yeah. No.
But
I made a joke last week. I'm not going to repeat it now because it was a pun. And
the own zone,
yeah,
no.
yeah, that one.
No,
So
it was the show must go on.
oh,
Yeah,
that at the end.
yeah.
I'm surprised you're back this week.
Yeah. I know.
But no, there were spiders,
Yeah.
scary clowns.
Yep.
Pennywise made a shock appearance, and Paul Moore as well, which was just terrifying as well.
Yeah.
See, you weren't here and you can't do horror because did you know Owen's a big scaredy cat?
To be honest, I am myself as well. Like,
We're
So
related.
Lord.
We're not related.
So
Are we related?
I was actually listening, going, I better not be in when they're doing this It thing, and they kept saying it's under Justine's chair, and I was like, I would actually be a little bit.
Have you
afraid
checked
of it.
under your
Yeah, I actually did
amazing
beforehand.
Omniplex? You did. Okay.
I was like, oh, maybe it's those chairs that there's nothing underneath. You know, when you are watching a scary film, and you do check. And
Double check there.
No, but it is great to have you here. Thanks a million for joining us. For anybody who doesn't know, Conan, if you're playing Conan Doherty bingo at home, you've now got the full set because he appears in every single show that we make. Because the GAAR, play by play.
yeah.
Corbett McGrath, the big build-up.
Yeah, I'm not going to feed you the answers here because it looks bad on me.
Does it?
I was on the Love Island
Girls with
podcast,
Goals.
And the Love Island podcast
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
And Girls
you
with
on?
Goals.
I wasn't on Girls with Goals. No, that's the next
yeah.
one.
I remember.
We're filming that one immediately afterwards, yeah.
And the football spin. Yeah.
And the football spin,
Was it?
jeez,
Oh
of
my-
course. Of course. So
Actually, yeah, maybe this is an intervention, is it? Just
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to
You're
find out
addicted
which...
to appearing on podcasts and shows, yeah.
It'll be interesting to find out which is your favourite show. But we'll see how today goes out of them all. Okay, he's got a little bit of time to
We'll check
think.
in like an hour.
The seats are good. Like, it's a good start.
Yeah.
It's an unbelievably good start. So normally, at this point of the show, in fact, so normally we're actually going to do it this week as
Yeah,
well.
stick
It's
to
the
the
big
schedule.
question. It's the big question on the Big Reviewski. And to celebrate the release of The Informer in Irish cinemas this week, it's a brand new film starring Joel Kinnaman, and he plays an informer, an ex-convict who goes undercover to do the things that undercover guys do in prison, which is probably just get beat up a lot and then like solve the crime. I imagine.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, pretty much. It also stars Rosamund Pike, excellent actress, and Clive Owen. Like, where's he been? But yes, so before we get into the big question, here's a little look at The Informer.
Oslo was a convicted felon.
He is also an informant for the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
We have a buyer.
I would take everything you got out of him.
You're a cop. These guys find out you're a cop, you're a dead man, you understand? I'm gonna give you one chance. And I'm gonna give it to you in a few seconds.
No, freeze! That's where I can see him, NYPD.
I love me a good undercover movie.
I love me.
I love me. That's what it says in the card. Full stop. But yes, so to celebrate the release of The Informer, as I said, in Omniplex Cinemas, I was wondering, what is your favourite movie that has like an undercover element? Because he plays a convict going undercover. Obviously, loads of cops go undercover as well. Do sexy scenes count as like going undercovers?
I mean,
That's a different category.
they're sexier when they don't go under the covers.
Ah, okay.
What are you looking at?
Inside.
Duvet action.
I like it when it's all guesswork.
Those creases.
What's going where? Who's under there?
Just all the lumps and bumps in the duvet. No. For this week's big question, it's over to Justine first. What's your favourite undercover movie?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of interpreted this a bit abstractly. So I...
Where the Gallagher brothers undercover?
Yes.
In Supersonic.
In Supersonic, no. I picked a scene, like, they're not undercover for the whole film, but there's an element where they are. So, it might be a bit of a random one, but the film I went for is Austin Powers' Goldmember.
I love that film.
I adore that film, okay? This is the film which last week, remember I was saying I wasn't...
Yes.
I wanted to go see this.
Yeah.
And because I was like 12 and it was 15s and they're like, nah, you can't, go into Eight-Legged Freaks. Terrified of spiders, still traumatised today. And this would have just had me laughing away. Don't you dare.
No, it's fine.
Oh my gosh. That was really not fun.
Did not react well to that.
Do you know what's like weirded me out about that story last week? Is that you were going to go watch Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, with your dad.
No, Goldmember.
Oh, Goldmember.
Oh, well, that's fine then.
Sorry, carry on.
So this scene I just absolutely adore because it's when Austin goes back in time and meets Foxy Cleopatra, played by Beyonce, but she's trying to use an interpreter because they can't be seen talking to each other. And I adore this scene so much with Nathan Lane, who I only realise is the voice of Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah.
Mind blown. And it's just, I still quote this today. I just love this scene so much. This here.
This one?
Yeah.
This one.
This one.
Take a look.
Well, if it isn't Austin Powers.
I'm sorry?
You got a lot of nerve dragging your jive white ass in here.
I don't believe we've met.
It's me, Foxy. Foxy Cleopatra. Long time no see.
Oh.
Stop. We can't be seen talking to each other. You dig? I'm using this cat as a distraction.
I get it, yes, very clever.
First things first.
Oh! Ouch, kabibble!
8 years and no phone call. Nobody stands up, Foxy Cleopatra. Where have you been?
Listen, Foxy, I just want you to know I never intended to hurt you, baby.
Well, all I know is Mama only got a taste of honey, but she wanted the whole beehive.
Oh, beehive. Beehive.
It's a brilliant scene, and the next little bit of it, whenever instead of like the trained stuff that she's prepared Nathan Lane to mime, it's like she starts reacting to things, and Nathan Lane just goes along with the whole thing, and then starts snorting
And then
Austin
starts
Powers.
shifting them.
Yeah, which is powerful.
And I love it. There's so many other elements in the film where they're going undercover, and it's like Mini-Me and Austin Powers, but where you look down and they have Mini-Me's his feet, and it's like him carrying Austin. It's just so many moments
There are
like
loads of brilliant undercover moments in Austin
yeah,
Powers films.
and it's the fact that only a few years after I realised Mike Myers played all of those characters, like, you know, Goldmember and Austin and even
Mini-Me.
and
Beyonce.
and Beyonce.
All of them.
So there was so much undercover going on.
Yeah.
So I'm taking this that my answer was still accurate.
Oh, it's completely
absolutely
valid.
accurate.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah,
Phew,
good shout.
phew.
Austin Powers fans?
Oh, yeah.
That's due. I like it
Fourth
kind of.
one.
Oh, Conan, not so much.
It's all right, yeah.
Like, it's very similar when I watch Wayne's World. I'm like, oh, I see, you're kind of just a similar character. You're just...
Yeah.
But I loved Wayne's World as well.
Yeah,
like.
100%.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to classify myself in the group as Austin Powers fans. Like, you know, yeah, I enjoy it, but I wouldn't want
They
to
would
be
love
an
you to
Austin Powers
join them.
fan.
They'd be
Yeah.
lucky to have you.
Yeah.
Lucky to have
If
you.
we have an Austin Powers podcast, will you come on that one?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. So what did you go for, Conan?
Well,
Austin Powers.
I didn't cheat like Justine. So I went for an undercover film, and I went for a 1991 classic. And it's the place where you lose yourself and the place where you find yourself.
Showgirls.
Point Break.
Point Break.
Yeah.
The original
Great shout,
Fast and
yeah.
Furious.
Yeah.
It actually is. Yeah.
No, come on, like don't underplay it like that. Like, you know, this is a real classic. Like, and Johnny Utah, Keanu Reeves wasn't his best performance, carried by Patrick Swayze, who's probably the most underrated actor of all time.
Spectacular.
So Johnny Utah, federal agent, goes undercover to investigate this gang of crooks who somehow have this sort of moral high ground on other crooks. Because, like, as Patrick Swayze is going to tell you in this scene, those other crooks, they don't have any real understanding of the sea. They only live to get radical. What an absolute line. They don't get the spiritual side of it, so do you want to pull it up here?
Yeah, let's take a look, definitely.
They only live to get radical. They don't have any real understanding of the sea, so they'll never get the spiritual side of it.
Hey, you're not gonna start chanting or anything, are you?
I might.
This is me.
So, you still haven't figured out what riding waves is all about, have you? It's a state of mind. It's that place where you lose yourself and you find yourself. You don't know it yet, but you got it. It's right there. I saw you with those guys. You're a pit bull. You didn't hesitate, and they didn't back you down an inch. And that is very rare in this world.
Well, thanks for stepping in.
De nada. Later. Oh, hey. I'm, having some people over at my house tonight if you want to come.
Sure. Where?
Come with Tyler. She knows.
All right.
Another great scene. People are still reeling from that scene, but more importantly, people are still reeling from Conan.
The
Are you
shots
okay?
fired over here. I'm not okay. And I have
wouldn't
no
be.
problem saying that. Come in here on your first attempt on the
He's really he's leaving a mark, like.
Oh, you are.
Maybe
Yeah.
this is why Conan's on so many shows. You just get fired after
Not- yeah.
one episode on each one.
Try to find it all, get moved
Yeah, standard. I guess I'll try another one. But no, Keanu Reeves, Patrick Swayze, which turned into that remake just a couple of years ago.
I
which was
don't want to
not
talk about
the
the
one to
remake.
talk
No, that's
about.
fine.
You're only
Okay.
upset.
Nor should you, you know.
But-
No, it is the exact same plot of the Fast and Furious. The exact same plot.
The updated one,
No,
the
this
original one as
Yeah.
well. Okay.
Yeah, it's like undercover cop
course,
kind
right.
of falls in man love with the criminal and then ends up part of the thing
Part of the gang.
and then lets him get away
Yeah.
at the end.
Spoiler alert.
I think
Sorry for the 28-year-old spoiler.
I think to be fair to Point Break, that's probably started a lot of my conversations. To be fair to Point Break, like, I know that Keanu Reeves did fall in love with Tyler. He called Bodhi's friend. I don't know what was going on there between Bodhi and Tyler. They
Right.
seemed to have a little relationship. But he fell in love with the culture more than anything. So it wasn't just like, I love this girl, but I'm undercover. It's like, I love this way of life. And that scene's actually one of the first times where he starts really like digging Bodhi, like, you know, and he's always asking him, like, you know, what's he doing it for? And it's like, he's still searching for it, man. And he didn't know what it was he was searching for, but it turns out he was searching for the ultimate ride.
Whoa. Aren't we all? That's
what
another
it is.
show.
Get in line.
I'm now beginning to understand the way you talk day to day, Conan, because like you just use a lot of lines from Point Break, basically. Yeah. So is this one of your favorite films as well?
That's great, yeah. I love Patrick Swayze. I was actually in a Patrick Swayze fan club in college. Yeah.
Not Austin Powers, but Patrick Swayze. Yes.
We're actually cool, like, you know, but a few of us.
What do you mean a Patrick Swayze fan club? Like,
They
what
don't
do you
have
mean?
like a cool Swayze name or anything?
Swayze Appreciation Society, SAS, yeah.
You were in the SAS?
Are you still in touch with them? Are you still
Oh
in there?
yeah, we still got a WhatsApp group, yeah. We still send each other the old Patrick Swayze line, like, you know, and we committed so much that there was one film that we couldn't watch. It was Tiger Warsaw, and we had to get a Japanese DVD player to play it. So we had to buy a Japanese DVD player and then order this DVD from Japan and watch Tiger Warsaw, which was another classic.
I don't know if any of this is true,
I-
but
absolutely true.
I'm loving it.
I don't care if it's true or not. It's a great story.
Oh,
Yeah.
in terms of versatility, like, this man has done it all. Like, he's been a surfer, he's been in ice hockey in Youngblood.
been a ghost.
He's been a ghost,
Yeah.
dancer,
It was a bar,
Yeah.
a bouncer, yeah, in Roadhouse. He was
Nasty
a-
teacher, Donnie Darko.
Yeah,
Yeah.
truck driver in Black Dog.
playing dead for years.
Yeah, like he was in Steel Dawn, a post-apocalyptic world, also Red Dawn, not to be confused with each
Two
other.
different Dawn. Yes, the Dawn double bill. Patrick Swayze's oof.
Like he's done it all. Versatility is oozing out of him, as well as obviously he looks pretty well. So.
Well, I'm going to have to do a
The
bit of
ladies
digging.
did love him. Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, I know,
Jeez,
right?
of course. Going to have to do a bit of digging into Patrick Swayze's back catalogue then, 100%.
Well, you've got a whole appreciation society.
Yeah.
I've got a pile of DVDs.
and a Japanese DVD player. I kind of feel like my answer is probably a little bit underwhelming now because I'm not part of any.
It can't be as in depth and emotionally linked
Yeah.
as that one was.
I just really like this film.
Well-
I went for The Departed.
Yeah.
What was that accent though?
The Departed.
Boston.
Park the thanks. Yeah.
Boston?
See? Yeah. Park the car and have a jar and watch The
no.
Departed. Yeah.
no.
Yikes.
Remember, #1 accent Christmas party a couple of years ago.
No.
So obviously this was the film that Scorsese won his first Oscar for. Stellar cast with Jack Nicholson, Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Mark Wahlberg, Alec Baldwin. They're all in there.
Like you're in Team America now or something.
But so I know it's a remake of Infernal Affairs from years before, which is also a brilliant film. But I actually saw The Departed before I saw that one. And I remember sitting in the cinema whenever this film ended, it's a Scorsese film, so it's not the shortest in the world. But whenever it came to the end, I just felt like, I was like, no, please, please, let this story just keep on going. I could watch this for like another 24 hours. But then the staff came in and they threw me out and said, sir, you're going to have to leave the cinema, which is fair enough.
It's understandable.
Please, sir, the children are crying. Yeah, so this is a clip where Jack Nicholson, who plays Frank Costello, and Leonardo DiCaprio, who plays, he's the one, there's double, triple, quadruple kind of undercover elements going on in the film. Just watch it. But he's questioning DiCaprio, saying, I think there's a rat in the group. And he does an amazing rat impression.
I got this rat, this gnawing, key-eating rat. And it brings up questions. See, Bill, like, you're the new guy. Girlfriend. Why don't you stay in the bar that night I got your numbers? Social security numbers. Everybody's numbers.
Is this something that you just want to go ahead and ask me? Because I'll give you a fucking answer, all right? Frank, look at me. Look at me. I'm not the fucking rat, okay? I'm not the fucking rat.
Start with you agree there is a rat.
You said there is one, all right? I base most of what I do on the idea that you're pretty good at what you do.
I know we're meant to be talking about The Departed right now, but I just have more questions about the Patrick Swayze appreciation group. Just out of interest, because like in my head initially I was like, God, there must be hundreds of them in that WhatsApp. How many people are in the group?
It's an exclusive group one. Like not anybody could get in. You had to prove that you were committed. Started off with 4. And, went down to 3, yeah, because one of the boys got dumped by his girlfriend then in between because we were watching too many Patrick Swayze films. Didn't get dumped. She just wasn't part of the club. She started off with Dirty Dancing. She's the one who got us into it.
Right. Okay.
Wow.
Behind her back, then we started watching more Patrick Swayze.
Behind her back.
And we couldn't stop.
That's we could just find yourself addicted.
Were you addicted? Yeah.
Yeah, it was honestly, we watched The Hills. Like, I need to explain this, right? Because it just sounds like I spent my whole college life watching Patrick Swayze films, which would not be a waste of time, by the way. But we were in 3rd year, so it was like placement year, and there was less of us there. Some people had gone away for placement and stuff like that. So we had a house of 6. Like, honestly, there was loads of us. It was good crack and all. There's 3 of us in this house then.
It's whenever you really have to emphasise that it was good
know,
crack. Yeah,
honestly,
that's when I know it was
like
good crack.
Like, they came over for house parties and everything. But there was 3 of us. We were all working for the first time because we're on placements. So we're tired, you get home.
All applying for jobs. What's your name, son? Patrick Swayze.
And then it was either The Hills or Patrick Swayze films, and sometimes both.
This is like MTV's The Hills.
Yeah.
Oh.
I did enjoy The
Any
Hills.
questions?
No, I think that's it. I mean, again, my answer's The Departed. Nobody cares. There you go. Rory, what did you go for?
Face Off.
Face Off, right. Just show the clip. Face Off. That's it.
You good looking. You're hot. It's like looking in a mirror, only not.
Troy? Now that is between us, okay?
But you were...
In a coma? Nothing like having your face cut off to disturb your sleep. Read the newspaper lately?
You killed them?
Well, look, beats paying the bill, huh? Come on, I mean, if a facelift costs $5,000. See anything you like?
The one thing I've always been disappointed about with The Departed and Face Off is just not enough Patrick Swayze in either of those films.
You wouldn't know that one Face Off. It could
That's
be under one of those
true. It
faces.
could be under there. Definitely. Face Off is an incredible film. It's so bad, but it's so good.
Love Face Off.
Yeah.
It's 2.5 hours long. Everything blows up. Patrick, no. John Travolta is pretending to be Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is pretending to be John Travolta for the majority of the film. I mean, there's doves everywhere.
So many doves.
So many two-handed gun shootouts.
I remember seeing the
And they are undercover.
Yeah.
Each other's faces
They're
and
literally
everything.
covered by each other's faces.
Like, how did they fix the rest of the body?
But this is the thing, because in the scene that we looked at, and that entire sequence whenever they confront each other in the prison, John Travolta basically is saying to Nicolas Cage, like, I'm having sex with your wife. And like, what did they, like, do they have identical...
Wangs?
Wang off. It's a different kind of film.
And someone's made it.
I'm not Googling it, but it's out there. Yeah.
I always wondered about the making of this film. Like, do you know when somebody does an impression of you, you sort of laugh along, but you're like, piss off, you know? But with this sense, so obviously they're acting like the other person would act, and you're like, I don't do that. What do you
I'm not that over the top, am
Yeah,
I?
weeks and weeks of that. You're like,
It was originally written for Arnie and Stallone.
Shut up. I did not. That's incredible.
Can you imagine Arnie trying to do a slice? And the other way around, still like Stallone doing an impression of Arnie.
Oh, I want to see that film as well. Are they in Wang Off? Maybe the two of them are in that, possibly.
I don't want to see that movie.
But yeah, Face Off, another cracker. Good.
Yeah, good round.
Good round. And two of the greatest named movie characters of all time appeared in that. Johnny Utah in Point Break, and Castor Troy.
Castor
Troy in Face Off as well. But yeah, so those are our undercover movies, all to celebrate the release of The Informer in Irish cinemas this week. So don't forget to check it out. We will have a review of it coming up later on this show. So stay tuned for that and for more Patrick Swayze updates. Now, though, it's time for the big trailer on the Big Reviewski. And for this week's big trailer, it's over to Justine Stafford.
So the big trailer this week, it's an interesting one. It's a horror, which would not usually be my choice.
Not your bag.
It's not my cup of tea, but it's Underwater is the movie I've gone for. So starring Kristen Stewart and TJ Miller, and it is basically a group of scientists working underwater, and their ship, boat, underwater submarine gets struck with an earthquake, which then causes it to break. And it kind of may have unearthed something in the ocean as well, alien type thing, we don't know. But they're basically on a race against time to try and get back to the surface before their oxygen tanks run out. Because as you do, when your ship gets damaged, you go out into the water and, you know.
Obviously,
Yeah.
it's the only option.
Yeah.
I like that we've gone from undercover to underwater.
Underwater, yeah.
Definitely. Let's take a look.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how bad's my rig?
10. We drilled to the bottom of the ocean, and we don't know what came out.
Gotta get to the station.
How would we even get there?
We walk.
We're just gonna walk with insufficient oxygen across the bottom of the ocean.
You don't know what's out there.
Worst idea ever.
What was that?
Turn your lights off.
What is that? What is that?
What is happening?
There's something following us.
This looks great.
Yeah, it does.
It actually does.
I think so. Yeah, I don't like TJ Miller.
No. No.
Hopefully he
cast him-
drowns then.
It looks
You'd be-
like the character he
the
plays.
character he plays. Hopefully the character he plays drowns.
It got me thinking about when you were talking to the cast of Crawl about how do they film these scenes without peeing underwater? You know, you're underwater for a long time.
Yeah,
That's a
and
big
these people are in what do you call them?
Suits?
Like
Wetsuits.
like proper, almost like astronaut level
Yeah.
wetsuits because they're under like 7 miles of water pressure or whatever.
Mm.
So getting in and out of them, it's worse than just the cast of Crawl where it's like, well, I'm just in my normal clothes. So they're going to be trapped in there with the pee.
Well, Iron
That's a
Man
horror
has
in
this
itself.
problem as well. I think it's in Iron Man 2 he addresses this issue and they're like, how do you go to the toilet and thing? And he just does a pee like there and then in it as well, which is a bit rude.
Yeah.
He's going through his nasty Iron Man phase though, so that's grand.
What do you think of underwater?
I mean, TJ Reid as a scientific explorer, just TJ Miller, TJ Reid out of my Herman coming in, oh my god.
TJ Reid.
Kilkenny Herman. TJ Miller just isn't believable.
Rory knows who TJ Reid is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You were worried that you were on the wrong podcast?
I was
weren't
like,
you?
wait, no, let this happen.
Yeah, I just can't buy it, like, you know. But he's a scientist and he's exploring himself miles underwater.
And even in the trailer, he has all the annoying lines.
Yeah.
He's being TJ Miller basically.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But-
But aside from that, it does look like Alien at the bottom of the ocean, which is
So this is what we were saying. It looks like so many reminders of Alien. Obviously, Kristen Stewart looks brilliant in her part, and she's just such a fantastic actor anyway. But fierce bangs of Ripley off her as well, and then this mysterious kind of what the heck is possibly picking them off, what's hunting them down, what's going on out there, and then you've got Vincent Cassel in there as well, who is just a super actor. No, so this looks good in the week where Star Wars Expo was on. It's great that something like Underwater like stands out as well. But for all you Star Wars fans, fear not. There's no way we could have done Star Wars Chat without Paul Murray here as well. So, so stay tuned for next week after Conan loses his spot in the show.
We're talking too much.
Yeah, but Underwater is out when?
January 10th, 2020.
Perfect.
As expected, so yeah.
Okay.
And it's the kind of horror that I could deal with. It's not all gore and jumps, I think, because like I like Alien and I can deal with this. So I have a bit of time to prepare.
Definitely.
Yeah.
A few months to go.
Yeah.
We'll get you there.
We'll get there.
Walking in the cinema in one of those big suits, like from the film. Yeah, okay. Sweet. So Underwater out next year. Looking forward to that one. We did mention Crawl there. Key question about pee, as ever.
Yes.
So looking forward to finding out what Rory chatted to the star, Kea Scodelario? Scodelario. And the director,
Alexandra Aja. It's AJA, but it's French, so I think it's...
He's like the French Alan Partridge, basically. Okay. So they'll be coming up. So they are both involved with Crawl, which is out in cinemas now.
Yeah, we reviewed it on last week's amazing episode.
That was a great episode.
It was so good.
So good. The host,
Definitely.
beautiful.
Definitely in the top 32 episodes, I would say. Yeah, 100% if anyone's counting them.
I had a lot of fun with Crawl. And as I'd said, a year ago this week, it was the film I was most excited about seeing in 2019. And just like the Meg, I was like, it's not quite hitting the spot that I would have liked. But this one, again, there's a lot to enjoy in there, especially if you're a horror fan. And even if you don't, it's 81 minutes long, so you won't even notice it.
Perfect. Here's a little look at Crawl, which is only a few seconds, but it makes up most of the film then anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Here it is.
Grab your families, your loved ones, and get out.
Dad!
We won't be able to come for you.
Dad! Dad! Oh, God. What happened?
Still very excited about seeing Crawl. I know,
Yeah.
like you had such high expectations for it, as you said.
Yeah.
Kind of picking it out a year before it was actually released.
Well, it's alligators in a hurricane.
What's
in
not
a
to
flooding
love?
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for the director of The Hills of Eyes and Switchblade Romance and stuff in Piranha 3D.
And one of the alligators voiced by Patrick Swayze as well, which is incredible. So I can tell Conan's. Oh, sorry for getting your hopes up there. Like, what? We didn't have this in our WhatsApp group. But yeah, so how were Kaya and Alexandra?
Lovely. They're both in great form. As Justine correctly pointed out, like whenever I see a movie,
Whenever you do a pee.
whenever I see a movie that's set in like a large body of water, my first thought is someone's peed in that. Someone rich and famous is in a pool of someone else's pee.
You could bottle that and sell it, probably.
Yeah.
Probably, actually. But I had to ask, are there rules when it comes to peeing in these pools? Because some of the pools can be quite small, and one of the sets was absolutely massive, but some of them were quite small. So you'd notice if someone peed.
Definitely.
Yeah, I've never had that thought.
Ever?
Before. No, not
even like William Street Baths up in Derry. We're both from Derry.
Oh yeah, personally, we've all done it. But I mean, watching a film, I've never thought somebody's peed. No, it's going to be the only thing I'm thinking about.
Yeah, when you rewatch
The Titanic.
Or Point Break when they're going surfing.
Point Break, yeah.
Peed in the ocean.
There's a lot of peeing in
Never let
Point
go,
Break,
Jack.
I'll be on an escapade around the screen.
Like when Rose is like, I'll never let go of what? Her pee?
Yeah, exactly. Hold it in, Rose. Come on, please. I like that you called it the Titanic as well. The Titanic. Again, here on the Big Reviewski asking all the important questions.
The thing that came to mind was, if I was in your shoes, I would have on day one, I'd be like, what's the peeing in the water
We had
rule?
safety meetings about it.
Okay.
Every morning, second AD would remind the entire crew.
Not to do
We
that.
had separate shower area for everyone to shower down and toilets, and he would remind everyone that please use the toilets, don't use the pool. But we would have someone measuring the pH balance in the water to make sure it was safe for everyone. And every now and again it would spike, and that would be usually after lunch and then later on in the day when we were running behind.
And
So
then
definitely some
people
pee in
come
there.
and say, "Oh, I don't understand. I have some rash
Yeah,
on
yeah.
my
I've got
under
rash
my
on my legs, on
my
my
leg
wetsuit."
under my wetsuit," and the people in charge of the pool say, "Yeah, stop peeing in the wetsuit."
Oh my
That's
God,
what
they were
the rash-
almost ratting themselves out by explaining what they had. So that was one, and the other one that came immediately to mind was, do you know when you're in the bath too
I have a
long
fear of it.
and you have the wrinkly fingers?
I have a legit,
I hate that.
huge, me too.
So I didn't notice it. I wasn't paying close enough attention to your fingertips to
Oh
see if
my
you had
God.
wrinkle fingers, but was that
It was
a
such
real
a thing.
issue?
Well, I'm one of those people in the bath. I stick my hands and feet out because I hate the feeling of that so much.
Right.
And so I tried to do most of the movie like this, but it didn't really
And then
work.
CGI.
It's
we
just
have to
weird.
That's the.
Help!
What if we paint my arms green and just take them out afterwards? Is that fine?
The wrinkle thing. I am fascinated by that as well. I love whenever you get to that point in a bath or a shower.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, because it means you've just been soaking for ages.
Prune, essentially.
Like,
That
pretty much.
feels awful.
It's horrible. I'm afraid to
It's
touch
your
it.
own.
Yeah.
It's your own. You feel like an old lady.
Yeah, I think physically it feels awful, but mentally, one's right.
Yeah.
You've reached a point where it's like, I have
No.
relaxed to, I can't
No.
relax anymore.
Exactly. Thank you.
I'm afraid to touch it because I think I'm going to cut. Like it's going to.
It's just
I'm going to disintegrate.
There are folds of skin there. Yeah, I'm more vulnerable now.
I can't believe you enjoy that
That's
feeling.
horrible.
But I think it again, as Conan said, it's more about you've reached a psychological point of no one's bothered me for ages.
No.
I've been in here relaxing. This is great.
I bet you're the kind of people who brush your teeth and then like to drink orange juice.
Oh no, that's just disgusting.
They're
Wait,
the same.
Conan.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
So yeah, as we said, asking all the important questions. That is a fascinating answer though, because I would say years ago, things like the abyss, they just would have taken a big piss everywhere.
I tried to stop it, but I could see it coming.
But nowadays, it's just it's just health and safety all the way. It's
because the cameramen would be gone from above water and then have to do underwater shots. So the last thing you want is just to go underwater and be like, someone's just peed.
Especially if you had a baraka that morning.
Why? What happens when you have a
You
baraka?
know what happens when you have a baraka.
It's like
I honestly
It's just
don't.
Tarantino's feet all over you.
What happens when you have a baraka?
Owen Doherty.
your pee is luminous.
Really?
Yeah.
I never have barakas.
Oh.
It's like the visual equivalent of eating sugar puffs, where your pee smells when you eat sugar puffs. Right? Please tell me that's happened to you.
Never.
Right?
I've never
Rory?
heard that.
Rory
You
just
take
in.
sugar puffs and baraka at the same time.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Join us
Asparagus.
next week on You've Been Scienced. Yeah, we'll get to the bottom of those
I
questions
feel
as
like
well.
I've come on here from a big break and I've talked about Patrick Swayze and pissed the whole time.
What else did you chat to them about?
Okay. So it's a strong female woman in a tough situation, and while all the other comparisons have made Crawl to Jaws, as you know, sharks and alligators play, I was more like, no, I think it's got more in common with like Jodie Foster in Panic Room, or Sandra Bullock in Gravity, or Sigourney Weaver in Alien, because it's a strong female woman in a unique, confined situation. And they both were very happy with that comparison, because it's something they had both obviously talked about when it came to making the movie.
I wanted to put a bit of Sarah Connor in Hayley, because she's kind of my hero in film and always has been.
And she's back soon.
She's back, so I can't wait. I'm so excited. But yeah, I kind of had that vibe for her, that kind of unforgiving, I'm here to do this for me and I'm bringing you along with me, and that's it.
Whether you like her or not.
Whether you like it or not. And so that was kind of a little influence for me.
Alien was definitely one of the couple movie I kept when I was making the movie. And in that, very often in that crawl space, even if we were just in a crawl space in a house in Florida, I was having this visual feeling of being in a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
You know, and when I was seeing you in that middle, I was really definitely back to Alien.
They did like that question.
They did, yeah. Yeah. He, like me, big Alien fan, and she was really excited for the new Sarah Connor, because Sarah Connor's back in the new Terminator. It's the first one back since T2.
And she looks badass in it.
She does.
Yeah, rocket launchers, everything, the works. Yeah, looking forward to that. So the full interview with Kaya and Alexandra is up on Joe and up on YouTube as well, so you can go and check those out there. Yeah, Rory, thanks very much for going to chat to the star and director of Crawl.
No problem.
Okay. Now it's time for the big review on the Big Reviewski. We've got two big releases to look at this week. The first, as we mentioned, is The Informer, starring Joel Kinnaman. Are we fans of Joel Kinnaman? He played RoboCop in the remake of RoboCop. He was also in House of Cards. He played the Republican candidate. I have a lot of time for him. I like him.
I do. He was in Altered Carbon as well, wasn't he? That other Netflix show.
That's right. And Suicide Squad.
Well,
yeah. Maybe I'm not as much of a fan of Joel Kinnaman as
the more you list, I'm like,
when I say it out loud, I'm not a fan. No, I like that. I do like the lad. And as we said, big fans of undercover movies here as well. So we said it's about him, ex-convict, going undercover, back into prison. Kind of working for the FBI?
I mean, I guess we'll find out when I review it right now. So, Joel Kinnaman was really, really good in The Informant. All the cast are actually pretty good. I think he only had Clive on for about a week to do all the scenes. It's an interesting, layered thriller. There is almost maybe too much going on. The first third is pretty good. The middle third really drags. The film is less than 2 hours, but the middle third really goes on for ages. But then the last third is really, really exciting. So it's like a roller coaster of interest. It's not going to leave huge memories. No one's going to win any awards, but it is a okay way to spend 2 hours. Yeah, we're back.
Your first click was better.
We'll use it.
Okay, fine. So great clicking, great review as well. I am both fascinated and excited to see The Informer after what you said.
Or are you?
Yeah, I am.
All right.
Out in cinemas this week. The other big release, of course, is Angel Has Fallen, and these films hold a very special place in my heart. And yet again, we have another. Jeez, are you? Oh my God! I didn't even realize you were. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Are you thinking about Ghost over there?
Are you okay?
Yeah,
What
thinking
happened,
about
Justine?
spiders.
It's spiders.
Yeah, just afraid.
When he has to say bye to Molly.
Patrick Swayze thinking about Supersonic again.
Just having a great time, you guys.
Really enjoying the show.
Just really having a class time.
I am.
Okay.
I just wanted
don't
to
know if
know.
any Big Reviewski tissues or
Oh,
anything.
no.
Just use your sleeve. It's like, big sniff. Okay. Anyway, are you excited about Angel Has Fallen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's why she's this emotional.
I feel I'm going to get all the wrinkles now as well. Angel Has Fallen, starring another brilliantly named character, Agent Mike Banning, played, of course, by Gerard Butler. Were you fans of the original two? So we had White House. No, Olympus Has Fallen. God damn, Channing Tatum in there. Olympus Has Fallen and London Has Fallen. London Has Fallen, not as great, but Olympus Has Fallen was a cracking film.
He stabbed so many brains in that movie. There were so many brain stabs. It was so violent. I loved it.
And we've said it before on the show, has one of the greatest pieces of dialogue ever committed to any movie.
Well, I'm not sure we can say it, though.
Oh, we can bleep it. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so
Is
it's
it not
basically
aggressively racist?
no. That must be a different line.
Okay, go on.
This line is from Olympus Has Fallen, and you're still on the verge. You're on the verge.
No, I'm good.
And Gerard Butler, he's been shot at. He stabbed so many brains, as you said. He's managed to take, whenever they kill one of the bad guys and they steal like their gun and their radio, so they can. It's pure Die Hard, so they can talk to the bad guys directly. So he takes it and he's speaking to the head bad guy, and he says, he's like, "How about you and I play a little game?" And the guy cuts to the guy, and the guy's waiting there. What's this game? What could it be? Back to Gerard. He's like, "It's called Fuck Off. Why don't you go first?" And I just, to this day, absolutely love it.
Yeah, I didn't know Liam Neeson was in that film.
And he was in The Departed. So Angel Has Fallen. Because everyone, when they heard the title, thought it was going to be Air Force One.
Yeah. Yeah, because the first one was basically just Die Hard.
Yeah.
In the White House. The second one was Die Hard 4 in London.
Yeah.
So if you're going to continue ripping off movies that already exist, why not do Air Force One with Harrison Ford, but with Gerard Butler? But no, Angel does not, it doesn't mean a plane, it actually means Gerard Butler. Angel is...
his code name.
He's the guardian angel.
Unbelievable. Right,
yeah,
okay.
so before I get too much into it, we'll go to a clip.
Yeah, let's do
where
that.
Stuff explodes.
Lots of explosions.
Lots of explosions.
What is that? Are they bats?
The drones! Don't move! I'm coming to you! They're coming at you, Mark! Get them in the water! Get them! Go! So, I got you. Going under. Dive deep.
There's been an assassination attempt on the president.
Mike Banning, you're being charged with the attempted murder of the President of the United States.
Yeah, so this is the third Has Fallen.
Nice.
This time it's Morgan Freeman who's the president. It used to be Aaron Eckhart, remember, for a little while?
Two really strong presidents. And of course, Morgan Freeman has been president before. It was
Deep Impact.
Deep Impact.
Yeah.
So he got re-elected. That's good.
Yeah. He is the subject of an assassination attempt, and because Gerard Butler is the only survivor, they're like, well, must be Gerard Butler then, with like really not an awful lot of evidence to go on.
So what, they're pinning the crime on him? Okay, gotcha.
So remember I was like, oh, it's Air Force One. It's The Fugitive.
Oh, okay.
It is still another film, but it's The Fugitive meets like. Do you remember there was a Michael Douglas film called The Sentinel where he was accused of assassinating the president
with Eva Longoria?
Yeah. And in this one, Jada Pinkett Smith is Eva Longoria because she's the strong female agent who's been assigned to take him down. Now,
I was just thinking like, oh, there's a twist here coming.
Well,
I love your reviews.
Thank you.
Oh, that was really nice.
Do you know Danny Houston?
Yes.
Do you know of Danny Houston?
I don't.
Okay, well, he might pop up in Australia. When he does, I'll point him out to you. If you have a film where you're like, who could the baddie be?
I think I know where this is going. Danny Houston.
Who on earth could the baddie be? And Danny Houston is a long friend of Gerard Butler, and he now owns his own private military corporation.
Okay.
But for the majority of the film, it's like, it could be anyone. It's like, everyone sat there is like, It's the guy who's played a bad guy in everything he's ever been in.
Yeah.
That guy.
But still, though, it could be anybody.
It literally could be anybody. Could be Jared Butler for all we know.
that's true.
It could have been Morgan Freeman. Like, that would have been fun. Oh, there he was.
He popped up. And
he might come up again.
From a key scene in the film when he's being a bad guy.
Nothing to read into there. Halfway through the film, Jared Butler runs into his dad, who's played by Nick Nolte. Yeah, the world's growliest man. And he is a kind of an off-the-grid former agent.
Of course.
And he's just playing Nick Nolte, I think. Like, I think it's just Nick Nolte with a rocket launcher, which is great. And I want to see that film. I want The Fourth Has Fallen to just be Nick Nolte with a rocket launcher.
Okay.
Rocket launcher has fallen. I'm here for that. This one, it's not as bad as London, not as good as Olympus.
Okay.
Some of the action is pretty fun, although they've gone back to that weird Bourne camera work where it's like
really shaky,
and you're like, what? And you only know who won the fight because one of them's on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah. Anytime Nick Nolte's on there, it's great fun. It's okay.
Okay. Any standout dialogue moments like the one I was mentioning for Olympus Has Fallen?
Anything Nick Nolte says.
Anything, okay.
Literally
anything he growls.
And literally any word he said is hilarious. And there's one scene in particular that I'm not going to spoil because it happens at the very end, like even after you think the film is over. And it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Amazing.
But I don't think it was meant to be.
Okay.
But it is. And
Okay.
that's the world we live in now.
So there's a lot to look forward there. So that's good.
Yeah. I think if...
Forward to.
Yes.
That's the sentence.
I think if you like brainless action, this will fill that void.
Okay, perfect. So that's The Informer and Angel Has Fallen, both out in Aniplex cinemas this week. So do go check them out and let us know what you think of them. Now, though, it's the moment everybody has been waiting for, especially Mr. Conan Doherty over there. I know you're pretty excited about this. It is the High Clue competition section of the show. So, as I said, I wasn't here last week for the worst episode in the series so far, but we do have last week's High Clue.
Oh,
We
brilliant,
just get a
because
quick
it
look.
was really annoying me. I was like, who is the goat? Who got the goat? Like, this is going through my head all week, genuinely.
Oh, for the answer?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. So
here we go.
Here we go. So last week's High Clue. Hold it
carry on,
together.
carry
Hold it together. Can we get those tissues, please? Santa's gift of life. No shock, the goat gets the goat. One-armed butt holder.
Now, you didn't give me the answer.
I haven't given you the answer to this, no.
But I did
you
get
reckon you do have the answer.
Yeah.
So that High Clue again is Santa's gift of life, and Santa in the first the first line is Santa apostrophe S. The middle line, no shock, the goat gets the goat. The first goat is all capitals, G-O-A-T. And the final line, one-armed butt holder. One-armed is hyphenated, and butt holder is hyphenated as well. Will we just go for the answer?
Go for it, yeah.
We'll go for the
Yeah,
answer. Okay,
yeah.
okay. And the answer is, drumroll,
Patrick Swayze.
let's see it up on screen.
Jurassic
Park.
Oh,
Wouldn't
Hang
have
on.
got that.
One-armed butt holder.
Yeah, because he says, hold on to your butts.
Samuel L. Jackson.
And he holds
says-
a lot of cigarette butts. And then at the end,
He gets his
when
arm.
her-
He's got one arm.
yeah.
And as well as that, so as we said, Richard Attenborough gives the gift of life to all the dinosaurs, brings them back to life. And the middle line, no shock, the goat gets the goat. The first goat greatest of all time is the T-Rex, because it just kicks everything's ass, and it's obviously the best dinosaur ever. Gets the goat, eats the goat in the film.
Yeah.
And they're like, where's the goat? And then it's no shock yet, because it's no surprise that a T-Rex eats a goat. But also, there's no electric shock, because the fences have all been turned off as well. So that's
Whoa,
when that one.
that is a
His-
deep dive.
It's lasagna. It's a
It
clue
really
lasagna.
is.
Meat-filled
Jurassic Park,
lasagna.
Jurassic- Oh, we've already. Oh, wait! Something popped up there on screen. It's the next High Clue.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I want to say congratulations to John McNally, who's won himself tickets to see Extraordinary, which is the brand new Irish supernatural comedy. We're going to hold a big screening of that next week, actually. So stay tuned. We're going to stick it up on social. It'll be up on Joe as well. We'll let you know how to win tickets to that. John McNally says he's a self-professed movie lover and gym avoider. which is, you know, a man after my own
Yeah.
heart. Very
Super
relatable.
relatable.
Yeah, yeah, two
I like
things.
that he self-professed. Like, you have to admit to being a movie lover. Just own it, John. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
no, he's owning it and the fact he's a gym avoider as well, so it could work. So this week's high clue, ready to rock? Syllable counts at the ready.
Got them out.
Where's the glove? So here we go. So it's heel fall for Greek girl, Hulk's capital punishment, moody wife's stolen. So that new high clue again is heel fall for Greek girl, Hulk's capital punishment, moody wife's stolen. So in the first line, heel is H-E''LL, fall for Greek girl, Greek with a capital G. The second line, Hulk's capital punishment, Hulk is Hulk''S. And the final line, moody wife's stolen, wife's is wife''S. So it's not Jurassic Park, it's not Point Break, it's not Austin Powers Goldmember, it's none of those things.
How great would it be if it had been one of
Oh,
those?
like
though?
I'm waiting
How
for the week
great.
whenever. Do you know what? There's a slight connection to one of the films in The Big Question. So there is to this as well, just as a wee clue. But Conan, Justine, either you think you might?
No.
You're still thinking about the goat?
Yeah, but,
Or Patrick Swayze?
That's
one of the
irresponsible use of greatest of all time, because I immediately started thinking of Patrick Swayze films. That's all I
That's
thought
fair
of.
enough.
It must be Patrick Swayze.
Or messy films, basically.
Or Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
Well, every time I listen to this, I always hear people be like, yeah, I know what it is, and then you don't get pulled up on it. So I think I'm going to just say, yeah, I think I have it.
Nice.
Because you
That's-
know.
Write it down there.
Well, you see what happens is sometimes then we write it down and then we have a quick look and we're like, yeah, you got it. Fair play.
Oh.
So if you've got it, just write it down.
Like, just,
It's just
like I got it.
I heart Patrick Swayze. Roy, do you?
I actually don't. Not this week.
Okay, perfect. Happy days.
No.
Yeah, you're not. All right. You haven't. Oh,
I got it. I got it.
It's his lasagna. So
Oh,
he knows
yeah,
what's
Tasty.
in there.
Cooked it.
Hint lasagna. Yeah, my homemade recipe. So stay tuned. Next week we'll get to the bottom of this week's high clue. As we said, we are going to have more tickets to give away to see Extraordinary at a special preview screening here in Dublin. So keep an eye out on that. That's pretty much it. No more tears?
No,
All good?
no, all
okay,
good,
happy
yeah.
days. Coming. Oh, actually, there might be some more tears now because coming soon on next week's show, oh God, we're going to have a review, highly anticipated review of It Chapter 2.
Yeah.
Again, myself and Conan as Derry boys. Very close connection with the It films because they're based in Derry. So you can see all the spots where this is the old carnival.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the old
I
James
didn't know you
McAvoy.
lived near where James McAvoy lived.
Yeah, no, he's local. We don't bother him. He just wanders around the city. He's grand, heads in the Fiorentinis. You know, no, he's pretty sound. Yeah.
Heads in the what?
Fiorentinis. Come on, Rory.
I've not been to Derry.
Oh, actually, Conan, while you're here, and for all our Visit Derry fans out there, I have invited everybody up for Halloween.
Ah, good.
They said
No one's accepted.
They said
this.
no. They haven't accepted yet. But
they're invited.
But they're
Oh,
invited.
yeah.
Yeah. So they'll be there because you can stay on me and Conan.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've a place together.
Yeah, we're very happy together. Covered in Patrick Swayze focus.
Everywhere.
Amazing, nice plug here. Amazing Omniplex cinema up there as well.
Yeah, this is true.
All
This is
recliner
true.
seats, a fully
Beautiful.
recliner cinema.
Full recliner cinema, which is unreal.
Let's do it.
I have to check that.
Yeah.
100%. So that's it for this week. Conan, thanks a million for joining us
Thanks
this
for
week.
having me.
So where does it rate on all the shows that you're a part of?
It's definitely top 8 anyway.
Brilliant.
Wow.
That means a lot.
You're right up there.
Yeah.
Don't, I'll cry again.
She's gone.
No, I love it. Do you know when people are always like, oh, you wouldn't, like when I'm working in sport, people are always like, geez, you really dream job, but you sort of get used to it. Like, it's like, just going to games. That sounds great when you're not doing it. But I always look at this and be like, that's the dream job, like watching films and talking about it. So today I finally got to do my dream job.
Life on the other
Thanks
side.
very much.
Yeah, and you made Justine cry
Yeah.
as well.
And that was my dream job. Was
Yeah.
Box taped, sorted. Will you come back at some stage though in the future, hopefully?
Absolutely. There's a Patrick Swayze documentary that's actually
Okay.
dropped there. Was it a week ago or something? So
Are
I
you
assume we're
serious?
going to talk about that soon.
So check
yeah.
your WhatsApp group, I'm sure it'll be in there. Rory, thanks as ever. Justine, thank you.
Thank
Who have we got behind the scenes? Fiona, Ian and Paul, cheers, thanks. These are class as well. And thanks to everybody who is listening and watching the show as well. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you get the show as well. And please tell everybody to also do the same. You get free movie tickets, which is class.
And like preview tickets for Extraordinary this week. So
Do you know what I mean? So
where else are you getting that?
what more do you want? What do you want from us?
Tell us.
Get it
and
on
we'll see if
any
we can get
sports
it.
podcasts. I'll tell you
Two
that much.
booking, right? Yeah. Check out Conan's other shows. We'll see you next week. Bye.